Okay, so you start out with your graphic here, and you're going to have to translate this onto a piece of paper. Okay, so it's supposed to be 10 inches long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's 2 feet wide, right? So we're doing our scale at 1 inch equals 1 foot. Okay, so to do this, you need to enlarge your screen. Okay, and you say, well, that's too big. Well, you can do it. Okay, I'm going to measure here to here and here. That is 1 inch from here to here at 130%. Okay, so I take my piece of paper and I put it in front of here. Right? Now I'm going to put it down here so I can actually see it like that. All right? So I'm going to take a piece of tape. I got my Scotch tape here, and I got my dimension where it's supposed to be. I'm just going to bring this over a little bit, bring this to the top over here, and I'm going to go and put a piece of tape on there. Now I am going to trace out the outline of my board. Okay, my big wave surfboard. There you go. Okay, now this at the 5 inch mark here. So now I'm going to bring this up to the 5 inch, right about there, and I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to put it exactly at, bring it back to 5 inches, the 5 inch mark. There you go. I'm going to bring that to there at the 5 inch mark. I can take my piece of tape and just make sure everything is lined up there. Put my tape on the side here so things don't move. I have to do a better job with my tape. Of course, it doesn't work the first time. Okay, put the tape on there, get everything lined up so you get your exact dimension. And now I'm going to trace down on here my shape. Okay? All right, so I got that. Now, you also have this graphic here. This graphic is the dolphin graphic. That needs to go on there as well. So I'm going to go back up to the top, and I'm going to put my tape on there again. Now I did my first thing. I don't want to do too many things at once, because then I get confused, right? And I don't do a good job. I look at my graphic here. Okay, what does the graphic look like? Got little fins here, right? And I can fix things later if I want to, which I'm probably going to want to, right? You have, this is the yin yang dolphins, right? And then you've got these little circular things here that come out. And then you're gonna make things look good when you're done with that. Okay, so, okay, and then I look at here and I say, okay, he needed to have some fins there. I can put this thing back where it was. The thing's exactly back, and I can actually peel my paper back and I can see where things are here. Got that there, and then underneath he's got another little fin that comes around like this. Got a little fin here. That's his fin. And he's got a little detail here. Comes around there. Got a little detail. Okay, so now I have my dolphin fin, or my dolphin logo that's going to go on the board. So I need to clean this up so it looks right. He's got his other fin. His fin is coming over here, his dorsal fin. And now you have your dolphin design that's going to go on the board. Later you're going to press down your pencil on top of the paper, on top of your clay, and that will go on there. This has to be there. It's a dolphin logo. The next thing is, this is the side profile of your board. Okay, this is called the rocker. This is the rocker. Your board is curved. Okay, that's so that you could ride the wave properly. Now, let's get this to the proper dimension. It needs to be at 130%. We figured that out already. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to get my exact dimension for my rocker, or on the side, because you're going to use this to get your final drawing, for your final shape of your board. Okay, this is at 5 inches here. Right, so now I'm just going to bring this up to here. That was 5 inches. And I put this back on top of here. Right, and now I draw down to here. And you're going to have a single fin on this. A single fin. And this is the shape of your fin. You're going to put that in the middle. Okay. When you put your fin in, when you put your fin on here, okay, if you would go across here, this is where your fin will go eventually. Okay, right here. Okay, and this is the size of your fin. This is all to the same, all to the correct scale. Okay, so I got my clay here. Right? Nice consistency of my clay. I just actually recycled this clay. This is clay I've been using all semester. Okay, you take your clay. I would say this is probably about enough clay over here to work with. Get my roller and start rolling. Oh. A 1/2 inch is from here to here. So I'm going to put my finger here and there it goes. I'm at a 1/2 inch. I can tell it's a 1/2 inch. Take your template that you've just drawn. Okay, and there's many ways of doing this. You can cut this out. I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so I'm going to cut my template out. So I did a pretty good tracing job on there. Okay, so I'm going to cut this out here. Clay here. Now I got my board. Now, okay, so here is a large piece of cardboard. This is a flap off of a box, and this is about 11 3/4 inches. So this is perfect size for this. Right, there you go. Right, and now I'm going to place this underneath here, and now it is flat. Okay, now this surfboard is going to have a rocker. It's going to come up like this and this. Okay, it's going to have a slight curves in it eventually. So let's start carving. If we look at this, we see that it gets thin at the front and it gets thin at the back and it's thick in the middle. Okay, we see that. Okay, and if we actually measured this dimension, we're at about 3/8 of an inch over here, which is slightly under a 1/2 inch, which is what we went to here. Okay, so we got plenty of material to work with, right? So, taking my loop tool, I know that this gets thin here. I'm going to start carving and thinning this out in the front. so you've got to put your logo on here, right? Your design, right? So you put that on there like that. Now, you can take a pencil tip if you don't have something else, but I like to use this little skewer because this is very nice, okay? And I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna incise on my lines here. And now I'm gonna pull it off. Look at that. Okay, if we look at that, we've got our dolphins. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that is the beginning. This is where his eye is. This is his mouth. This is his nose coming around like this. This is his thing coming over here. I could start picking stuff out. Okay, and you're gonna have to let this, make sure that your shape is proper. Put this down on here, make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. On your board, things are lining up. I'm seeing that this is a little off here. Okay, so I'm gonna come around my edge here. You want to have a rocker on here. Okay, this comes up like this and this, right? So you could actually start getting that done now. You could take your clay, take a piece of clay here and put it right here. Take a piece of clay and put it right here. And start getting your rocker. This rocker comes up pretty much. It's got quite the rocker on it. Okay. And so once this dries out a little bit, once this all dries out a little bit, you can see I did that. I got my rocker. Then you'll come back into it and you'll put your fin on.